Just end him. That was the goal of a group of 10 and 11-year-old girls who surprised police say wanted to kill a boy at school. The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them, so she wants him dead. The murder plot was simple. According to the police report, 4 fifth-grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another...
Stop. Let's not even go any further. Not yet. What draws a couple of fifth graders, a trifecta, I think what she said, 3 fifth graders, decide they want to poke this boy? Forget all the other shit.
Would forge...
We want to end him and poke him in the bathroom. Where they getting these ideals from? Huh? Here's my problem with a lot of parents. Some of our kids are supposed to be kids for a little while. And just because you ain't had no fucking childhood don't mean that your child don't deserve one. And what happens is these motherfucking horrible mothers and just horrible parents in general, they treat that baby like an adult from the day he's born. And they listening and watching everything that you watching. And now it's an idea for them to go off and poke somebody in the stomach. How dare you? That kid's supposed to be a kid. That kid ain't supposed to be thinking about smoking nobody. It's a fifth grader. What's fifth grade? 11? 12? 4 of them. Look at that, Shannon. 4 of them. 10 years old. Them kids ain't supposed to be thinking about smoking nobody. But how these little girls that should be worried about some other shit trying to smoke this boy? Crazy.
Was simply say that was the goal of a group of 10 and 11-year-old girls who surprised police say wanted to kill a boy at school. The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them, so she wants him dead. The murder plot...
Cheating? Kids repeat what they see. I get with a woman, she quick to... Oh, the kids. I don't want to meet your kids. Your kids don't got no business meeting me yet. Yeah, Shannon, I don't even want to get to that yet. I want to talk about just the initial thoughts that some cheating shit. Some 10 and 11-year-olds? Y'all should be painting fucking Easter eggs somewhere. Y'all should be playing with fucking Barbies. What you watching, what you listen to, what you seeing at home. You got a mommy that brings a bunch of men home all the time that cheat on her? You got a daddy that cheats on your mommy? Well, what are you seeing? What's happening? That a 10 and 11-year-old are worried about relationships and cheating and all that bullshit. They in your car listening to fucking Cardi B and shit? I'd rather they listen to Wu-Tang Clan. I take pride in that. What's some 10 and 11-year-olds thinking about cheating and he cheated on me and he would like you and he like me? Some 10-year-olds, right? Sounding like the women that we hearing about in the Diddy trial with all of the bickering and bullshit. What the fuck are we teaching these kids? That a couple of 10 and 11-year-olds want to smoke this little boy. It's just dumbfounding to me, man. This is a failure from the top. Not just one child, 4 of them. Plus online they see all kind of stuff they shouldn't. There's some streamer, it's a chick, and she's dressed all fucking pendeja and everything around her looks anime and kiddie. I caught my nieces watching her a couple years ago. I said, nah, no more of that shit. Because I'm watching her. It looks like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but she's talking mad adult shit. But she's saying it all kitty and cutie and Blue's Cluey and shit. YouTube is a fucking failure when it comes to the kids. Some of these women just bringing all their business around their kids. Why is these little kids worried about being cheated on? Take your ass and go color. YouTube for kids is trash. YouTube invests nothing in children. They invest in AI to censor me. When it comes to the children, that's what they're on. They don't care. Horrible. All this money everybody, these governments spend on all this shit. Our babies are left hung out to dry out here in this country. This is crazy. What these little girls seeing at the crib, what the fuck they talking about? Are they watching these shows? They watching reality TV with their mother?
The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them, so she wants him dead. The murder plot was simple. According to the police report, 4 fifth-grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life, and someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. And to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they would wear gloves. Documents say the friends came up with the plan during lunch and recess on October 1st.
Recess? We talking about recess? Recess. Or we talking about the game that I love? We talking about recess? You shouldn't be still at the age where you can have recess and you plotting a whole unaliving and cover up. Now this looks like some crazy private school, or is this a jail school, or what is it?
4 fifth grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life, and someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. And to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they would wear gloves. Documents say the friends came up with the plan during lunch and recess on October 1st. Legacy administrators worked with the school resource officer to investigate when students who overheard the plot came forward. The next day, their backpacks were searched and the suspects were individually questioned with their parents present. All 4 children were then arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct misdemeanor charges. When students who overheard the plot came forward.
And they couldn't shut the up. All that gangster shit, they didn't learn the lesson that nobody seems to learn. Shut the up, man. Shut up.
The next day, their backpacks were searched and the suspects were individually questioned with their parents present. All 4 children were then arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct misdemeanor charges. The police report says 3 of the students showed remorse, but the 4th would smile and laugh while making excuses for their actions.
That was El Jefecita right there. Maybe those other 3 girls, maybe they don't hear shit at home. Maybe they live a little straight edge life at their home. But that one knew that she could lead those other 3. Huh? The one knew she could lead those other 3. Because to her they were weak. So who failed that first one? 3 of them were brought along and strung along. 3 of them. 3 of them was remorseful because they didn't want no parts of that shit to begin with. They thought it was all a game. Y'all, what if y'all would have pulled that shit off? What?
Troy, this is a wild case, but police records reveal these girls were planning their classmate's murder over recess. The motive was a broken heart. One of the girls reportedly had just ended a relationship with the boy they were targeting. Now, according to that newly obtained police report, last October, 4 girls were planning to lure the boy into an outside bathroom at Legacy Traditional School in West Surprise and stab him in the stomach. Each of the girls had a role in the plan, which included wearing gloves to hide fingerprints, forging a suicide note, and having lookouts. Another student overheard the conversation and told her parent and a school resource officer. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office tells me today that they received those misdemeanor charges last year, but the cases have since been adjudicated. I also spoke with a child psychiatrist who tells me this time in a child's life can be difficult as they're susceptible to challenges of peer pressure, but they still don't fully know right from wrong.
Psychologically, you also have the influence of things like social media, society. You know, kids are being exposed to a lot more potentially violent or negative or adult content at a much younger age.
Dr. Mark Anderson encourages parents to keep tabs on what their child is watching and doing online, as social media and violent video games or movies can also make an impression on a young mind. Legacy Traditional Schools tells me in a statement that the safety and well-being of their students is of top priority, and they acted immediately and appropriately with the help of law enforcement on this case. We're live in Surprise. Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Only took one right here. One child scorned. They've been sitting at the crib. Well, old girl was sitting at the other ones, probably sitting at the crib with their mamas watching true crime documentaries and shit. He said what I said, man. What the fuck are they watching? What are they doing? What's happening? That's just too crazy. Fortunately, nowadays, most parents use the tablets to keep their kid entertained. But kids learn things they don't need to be learning. Absolutely.